audible.
Now, Sierra Leoneans, of course, now know me as Samson of Salon Network, and I get with me an experienced engineer and builder. We will tell we a lot of things about this new phenomenon. We don't come say the billows with Kentik, get all the rest. So we talk to him from an experience. We get more than 30 years of experience in engineering, not just building but engineering. So the name now Mr. Pewa, so we can tell we a little bit about himself and take we deep into that concept of that Kentik. Yes, good morning, sir. What's your name and tell people about yourself?
This na Edmond Pewa. Me na Edmond Pewa. Of course, me na a well-experienced builder. We don't build for more than 30 years. And as I'm now, they talk to you, a lot of people will see me on camera, they will know, say, as this person, then will testify, say, this guy don't build for a long time.
Okay. So let me go to the point.
Now, I don't think at the building industry, I start with then Sierra Leone Construction Company, the ICC, most of them companies, they know me, I don't operate privately. Even the other people are waiting at the Ministry of Lands, you know, in other architectural firms. Of course, I don't be an architectural engineering draftsman, even a Ministry of Works. As I talk, so a lot of guys who might be there, they know. So, but it's hard time if they ask me some of them questions, so, and still, even though I'm not employed as at now, I operate freelancely and privately. I mean, helping people around because the work is, I take as passion. I'm passionate about the job.
Okay, so recently we've seen on social media where a very big blogger post somebody with the billows with Kentik, pillar, float arm, everything with Kentik. To me personally, I argue a lot, but from engineering point of view, waiting at the real concept of enforce before we talk about the safety side, waiting at the real concept, what that possible to for implement. It's a new thing.
Well, for me, I'm not arguing here. I'm only presenting my own ideas and just to contribute. But what I'm saying is it's not new. Because if you go back into the days, when people, the Greeks, the Romans, where they will get the period, the way they use some of them things, then the way they build. And even during the 1940s, during the Second World War, if you go back to the Vietnamese, then they use traps and they build houses. We get watchful houses when they build cane. Of course, cane is stronger than the stick when they use when they easily rot. Even though they not be even the treat them, they get natural treatment and so on. But they may get their own way than the builder and the structure not to be a superstructure. Now being just like bungalows, you know, then they build with the cane, they put mud and everything, plaster with mud nicely, even the flooring. Then they go up and fact them, then put joists the inside there as beams. These are called stick beams because now we even get wood beams when they do wood floors.
Okay, but let's address this quick. But the guy will do this in implementation. He talks say the Kentik strong pass iron rod. How true is that?
No, that's me. For me, I'm not talking for other people. You know, go compare Kentik. You go build with steel. Steel cannot be compared to cane, right? Because the tensile, the strength will iron rod gets, not to indefinitely the Kentik gets.
Not possible.
The flexibility itself is different. The MAL, because we say they say MS rods, now MAL steel rods, it is quite different. Because, first of all, you get categories of iron rods. You get measurements. You get 1 inch, you get 3/8, you get 5/8, you get half inch. If you go into the metric, you will get 16, 14, you know, 12 millimeter, as the case may be, as it is in the metric.
Okay.
So can not get this. You know, it's not, you know, in all day by this. Now just one way they do, you go just determine by size, say, when I use this, now this and this. And we're not there for check the strength.
Okay.
Only I roll the way they see, then get the tensile strength where they stand, where they give. They know side for user, and they know channel for user, and they go tell you say use 5/8 and use 14.
Okay. Now let me address the most important aspect of our when at the safety side. Now he use heavy concrete when we see it a float arm, he use the same Kentik as pillars them and everything. And they say that thing dey last for more than 50 years. How safe you feel say e dey? Wetin are your engineering point of view, the safety aspect, how safe e dey?
Well, it will be safe for some time, but after a while, it's not safe. And you build for longer period, right? We build properly, you understand? Not for 50 years. There are houses here we don't take more than 100 years, 150 years, right? You agree with me?
Yes, and they are very strong.
So then still they in fact, when people they buy some of their old structures, the way they demolish them for erect new modern buildings, they know the thing where they go through for put them building they down, right? So if you now, first of all, the difference is you get bending moment, you get bending per iron rod, you get bending per cane.
No, yes.
Fine. For example, if you put pillar, although yes, I am the talk say it will only bend. It is this when you put you will able to check 5/8 or whatever. And bend them again. So the pillar them will listen me. You bend the foot, you get mat and everything. You understand? Cane not go get all anything in there. And it not tell me how many floors that cane they tick. Because for me just one level.
Yeah,
and for
now
me,
we see. And,
yes.
And we see say put pillar, they get plan for this another one. No. Yeah, roof on top.
Well, for
and
me,
one with the thing
that is ridiculous. For me,
yes.
For me, it's dead trap. The first floor, okay, but for go another one, for me, I don't think say I'm with an column because the way still the way they bind with the concrete, not the same way so they can go by. It will bind with the concrete, right?
Okay.
And then the weight where they still go carry, not the same way they can go carry. Because when shrinkage take place or deflection, definitely you get a shorter time where it then they will collapse. Yeah. So, and then you know we're able to get to like when they build with iron, you will able to get 15 feet span, 10 feet, 20 feet. That's not the case with cane because you know we're able to give open span. Like if you go into some buildings, structural buildings where superstructures, you go see the open at 20 feet by 20 feet. There are those buildings that I'm talking to people, the builders, they know. But would you do that okay? No, not just a small span. You will do that too. And building, at least you need to get space.
Okay. So now, we don't talk about the safety side, but to citizens and government, what's the recommendation? But then because when somebody will start somebody will follow suit and say can't do it for me. What's the recommendation to government?
Some people, we find one thing about the Sierra Leonean, as you see in company do something,
they
not go to that person, go closer to let learn from him, or he tap some skills and some
and build up
idea, even interview the person first, how you come up with the concept, how you go about it. Straight away as you see and so this are able to go and so on.
So what's your recommendation to both government and citizens there?
Well, before I go to the recommendation, there is something where I see agree and I put beams there. And the beams the way he put, I think at the cane back he put and beams. So I the anchor the other cane to the other one.
Yes,
because other iron rod when you get the beam, it anchor, it hook am to this one.
Yes.
Right?
That not the hook.
But the cane now we go translate for hook am.
Not possible.
If I wait it would do it cause stress.
Yes.
If you possibly able bend am, it cause stress. So and it go draw faster than iron rod.
Yes.
You understand, eh? So for me, not na me on take that one day. They mention something say waiting on me advice and recommendations. Number one, this is a concept. As people they go along, then they come up with ideas. These ideas where they come with, so with people in those days, then they even roof with cane. Then they put them, corrugate them, then tie out everything. Where Dombadu, if people and they listen to me in a Connaught district, one British man make a bill and a Dombadu na the Camara children, he build a house with cane and roof out cane without use no other than not just local materials, Would use people and use a mud, plaster with mud, then roof them with starch and all the rest of it. This is possible. These are all the reason why now because it's a local material, is easily accessed, then it's cheaper. And now people are looking at the cheaper cost, while compromising safety, which is very wrong in construction. Because no sooner you begin for compromise safety, then obviously, because one, they calculate the weight, they calculate the load, where you get for distribute, the weight distribution, and they consider all anything in there. all waiting book many people they think now for your bill.
Okay.
And this kind of billing, forget it. Any side we get small gradient set for slope, not possible. First you gonna flat side, far off.
Okay.
Yeah, then two, if we be careful for building kind building they say side will side the ground. I don't know how they do this your own foundation. If in a cane back foundation they do tego. This is another question.
Another question. Yes.
Because if they can get foundation and everything, then that foundation they if we're able to determine the weight where they calculate within the load where they hold up, the load bearing.
Okay.
So I don't know how engineers or other builders will calculate it, because one thing, engineering is just engineers, experienced builders will not go into sophisticated academic exercise through academic exercise, but they are grounded in construction.
Okay.
And then people and they experienced engineers and they use because they know they can interpret the language of architects and engineers properly, drawings and all the rest of it. So I don't know how that fellow the way he draw, how they name them members, and they because the way the roof members are there. Concrete gets members. Where they do you batching, the mission ratio and everything. You therefore mention all of those things. So I don't know if he prepare in I'm not concepts, an idea, but I don't know if he actually are not seeing specification. I just seen just a video of where they do it. So I would advise her make it create a side people then go see the technical specification, where the methodology where they use and for do this construction.
So thank you very much.
And I would advise government, don't know anybody just take something on internet or you go other country, copy and come.
Yes. Well, they're not applicable to
yes, in here the reason why we get problem with roofs and that is it because somebody go dey closer to the sea, and not say you forget orographic lifting from the sea, where contain sodium, then salt water business, where they condense from up the space. Because when it don't come up, it crystallize, it form a vapor, then it fall. It condense, then it fall. Where it fall on top, where it begin drop on top any roof, it still contain the sodium chloride inside. I'm using some of these for and then some other professionals they know because my salt. But it will easily corrode. So in that kind of area closer to the sea, the type of roofing material the way it for use. So these are the things. So if the be in a swamp, if you know what they do it. If it be in a hill, you know the type of method we go apply. If it be in a flat level, even if there's soft, people they can build in a sand. As long as you take the proper measures in place, you can have a story building multi-story building in a sand. So if you take the proper construction measures, because construction get CP and N, construction process and materials. It did it. When you take cognizance of all those things, you go do something. Building not going to last forever and ever and ever. Amen. But at least by the time if we're able to notify you, say, oh, I'm ready for renovation. Oh, I'm ready to be demolished. So because it will show you signposts of cracks and this. Some side will bend. Some side will this. These are some of the things we them for look at where it will notify you. So my recommendation is government for be very careful when people begin send them kind of thing and then at the media. Before people begin copying, let the Ministry of Lands and so on, then say come, call that man, talk with him first, and then see him. I don't know if first of all, if they know about this, and if they don't permit and say go ahead or what not and so forth. Because now a lot of things, the government will be very mindful about. Now government will tell you say now this is one bill. Now this one bill because of the budget. But if you tell government say now this also one bill. The professional, the government would say, okay, professionals are there. Because many people they did it. No one know. As you begin to add and say, well, no, the people will not sabi books and building engineer, designer. People and they as they go begin block no more, they say they're a builder.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Alonians. So always the demand from you I will share this video. And I believe say we all learn a lot and we don't try to understand the concept behind the kinetic, waiting at the safety, waiting at the wrong side, and a lot of things. So make sure you share this video.
So again, the other thing back, so which means after 50 years, that house is what? It's a death trap.
Yes.
Because after 56 years, it's a death trap.
Okay.